Well, I don't think they're drilling, and it's not 9,000 degrees. So this is indeed a live presentation of Retro Sports Network on Twitch, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hello, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 17th day of June. It's a double-header day as far as streams today. We are live on Twitch for baseball, and then we are live on YouTube later for the Dave Cup. It'll be game 2 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Chicago Blackhawks, and we'll have that one for you at 7 Eastern live on YouTube today. The winner, if Toronto wins, they go on to play Montreal. If Chicago wins, they will force a decisive Game 3. Today, we are playing a big game in the National League East, and it is the Mets and the Pirates from Shea Stadium in New York. It'll be John Smiley and Bob Ojeda going at it on a, well, I forgot to look at the weather, but it's weather nonetheless in New York. The Pirates are 53-47 coming in. This is game 101 for them. The Mets are 61-39. This is game 101 for them. If the Pirates have any chance of making the Mets feel uncomfortable over the last 2 months of the season, these are the games they have to win. They can't lose any of the Mets. The Mets overwhelming favorites to go through and pretty much take the division at this point. The Pirates just need all the help they can get, and what they can do is not miss short 3-foot putts and beat the Mets. So that's the setup for you. We are not on during the next 3 days after the hockey game tonight because of the heat. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, please join Retro Sports Network, and you can find out when we're going to go again. So we are on today for baseball, we're on tonight on YouTube, and then for hockey, and then when the weather cools off, we'll be back. But now it's time for baseball. How about that? As Retro Sports Network presents 1988 MLB replay today from Shea Stadium in Flushing Meadow, New York. It's the New York Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. And today's game is brought to you by Digital Dice. You're the best darn sports podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Following us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Andrew? So it'll be John Smiley, 10-5 on the year, the Pirate Ace against Bobby Ojeda, who 11-4 with a 2.36 ERA would normally get you lots of attention. But when you're behind Dwight Gooden, David Cohn, Sid Fernandez in the rotation, that's just a lot there. So 2 10-game winners on this 29th day of July. Ojeda on this beautiful night in New York, 79 degrees, clear skies, winds blowing out to the sound at 6. Ojeda, as he takes his warm-up toss, is making 20th start of the year. As we said, 11-4, a 2.36 ERA. He has 5 complete games and 2 shutouts. He is 31 years old. He is a fastball pitcher at 86 and a fly ball pitcher. And as we hit buttons here, in fact, his last time out against the Braves on July 23rd, he threw a 5-hit shutout. 9 innings, 132 pitches. 5 hits, as we said, and struck out 5. So Ojeda, 144 and 2/3, 120 hits, 43 runs, just 38 earned, 5 homers. He's walked 25 and struck out 93. This will be the Pirate lineup. Barry Bonds leads off in left. Jose Lind at second will bat second. Andy Van Slyke in center goes third. Bobby Bonilla at third will clean up. Glenn Wilson over from the Mariners will bat fifth in right field. Sid Bream at first will go sixth. Mike LaValliere behind the plate will bat seventh. Rafael Belliard at short will go eighth. John Smiley will bat ninth, and Ojeda can go about 120 pitches. Yeah, Andrew, the next 3 days are not going to be fun. That grocery store game is fun. Mike in the truck, how are you? At some point I will today, yeah. Not on stream. So make sure you got plenty of water in the great Northeast. It's supposed to be, heat index in triple digits on Wednesday here. Just not fun. Hottest temperatures in 15 years here in Vermont. Kim McReynolds is a 5 and a 9 in left. Mookie Wilson a 6 and a 3 in center. Darryl Strawberry a 6 and a 7 in right. Howard Johnson a 3 at third. Kevin Elster a 5 at short. Tim Tuffle a 4 at second. Dave Magadan a 3 at first. Gary Carter back behind the plate at 8 and a 5. And Ojeda a 7 on the mound with a .961 fielding percentage. How you doing, Zalapsky Smurf? Yep, Andrew, I wish those were my grades in school. 97, 97, and 98. So Mike in the truck listening as long as he can. Join us tonight for hockey on YouTube. It'll be game 2 of the series between the Hawks and the Leafs. From the Madhouse on Madison. Barry Bonds steps in at 264, 17 homers and 45 RBI. And this one starts with strike 3. A 1-2 fastball. Bonds checked to swing, 1 out. So here's Jose Lind at 292, 3 triples and 37 RBI. He drops one down. Carter throws to first. Tuffle covers. That's an error. That gets past Tuffle. And Carter threw it away. Strawberry backed it up. But Lind doesn't go to second. So Strawberry was pretty smart there and knew where to grab it. They've changed the icons here on my Twitch screen. It's been a couple weeks since I've actually done anything really on Twitch. Andy Van Slyke at 313, 16 homers and 61 RBI. So Carter points to his chest and says, "My bad." And Ojeda gets ready again. As we said, the Pirates in second place. They're 53 and 47. The Mets in first. They had the second best record in all of baseball behind the Twins at 61 and 39. Pitch to Van Slyke. Struck him out. A 1-2 curve got him at the belt. Going to be hot in southwest Ontario as well. It keeps the mosquitoes away. It doesn't here. They pretty much have set up their own, Klingon movie factory out there for all the smut for that. Here's Bonilla at 280, 20 homers and 75 RBI. We were in the high 40s Saturday night here. Fahrenheit, not Celsius. To shut off the air conditioner and all that because it became so cold. And now you're looking at 3 straight days of over 95. Lean to threat to steal. Ojeda throws to first. Magadan is there and Lean is back. So 2 out. Lean goes. Carter throws down to Tuffle, and Jose has his 12th steal of the year. Not a surprise there. So 2 out and a 1-ball count to Bonilla. Fly ball, left center field. Mookie Wilson trots over and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. The error by Carter does not hurt after half an inning, no score. Tribe fan, how are you? 40 Celsius is the all-time high temperature in Ohio history. That's 104 Fahrenheit. So we went from, so the heat index is going to be close to that. I think Wednesday is supposed to be 103 with the heat index. There's only so many things you can take off, which ironically happened enough in the Great Drought of 1988. That summer was brutal. I think I've talked about that. In fact, at this point, I'm in Burlington in July of 88, and I believe the lake water got to 80 degrees. That doesn't happen. John Smiley making his 21st of 32 starts. He's 10-5, a 3.12 ERA. He's just 23, fastball pitcher at 87 and a standard pitcher. His last outing was against the Dodgers on the 23rd. He did not take a decision in a 5-3 loss. He went 7 innings, 113 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 5. In 147 and a third innings, he's allowed 135 hits, 63 runs, 51 earned, 15 homers. He's walked 34 and struck out 96. The lineup he'll face: Mookie Wilson leads off in center for the Mets. Dave Magadan at first will bat second. Tim Tuffle at second goes third. Darryl Strawberry will clean up in right field. Kevin McReynolds in left will bat fifth. Gary Carter back behind the plate. He'll go sixth. Howard Johnson is at third. He'll bat seventh. Kevin Elster at short, batting eighth. Bob Ojeda on the mound will go ninth, and Smiley will get you about 6 or 7 at 110 pitches. Barry Bonds a 6 and a 3 in left. Andy Van Slyke, as we set the Pirate defense, a 7 and an 8 in center. Glenn Wilson a 5 and a 10 in right. Bobby Bonilla a 6 at third. Rafael Belliard a 4 at short. Jose Lean a 7 at second. Sid Bream a 6 at first. Mike LaValliere, Spanky a 7 and a 7 behind the plate. And Smiley a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Mookie at 310, 6 homers, and 21 RBI. He starts his effort with a pop-up left side. Belliard is there, and Rafael will make the catch. Probably because we're not going to be with you the next couple of days because of the heat. If you haven't tried Mike and the Trucks Family Football, you should. Mike keeps revising and extending that. I believe he's going to release the 80s with touchdown scores and all that. Here's Magadan, Dave at 263, 9 doubles and 23 RBI. Fly ball, shallow right. Here comes Wilson. Glenn will make the catch, and there's 2 out. For Tim Tuffle at 215, a home run and 13 RBI. Our friend Bernie Strom and Beatles Eternal into the next episode of their podcast. And Jamie Marshall, SGJ Jamie, as he's known on here and on YouTube, was the guest. Pitch to Tuffle. Timmy pops this one to center field. Van Slyke moving over, and he'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Mets go in order after 1, no score. So Wilson, Bream, and LaValliere for the Pirates here in the second. Glenn coming over from the Mariners, hitting 286 with 2 RBI. Popped up, left side, Hojo. You could use some ice cream today. Will make the catch. I imagine, Tribe fan, you being right on Lake Erie, you should get a nice breeze. Or do you live far enough off the lake? I haven't tried Legends of Boxing 2. I should get that. And Mike's football game is very good and easy to teach. So if you got a younger person in your life who's a football fan, I highly recommend it. Sid Bream at 250, 4 homers and 42 RBI. Scotty doesn't come to my YouTube stuff. Scotty was also poking fun, and it's 45 degrees and full of goats where he is. Pitch to Bream. Sid in the center field. Mookie's over there and will make the catch. And there's 2 out. For LaValliere, Mike at 251, a homer and 22 RBI. We've had Gary Brown on the podcast, and we'll have Gary on again. You're waiting for your link to get LOB2. The update is only $20. I might pick it up tomorrow. And one of the reasons why we're not streaming is, besides the fact that every piece of machinery in this room is going to be on, is that the lights are not. And you don't want to see my face in a dark room. That's what my wife tells me anyway. Pitch to LaValliere. Struck him out, and Ojeda's through 2. An 0-2 fastball got him at the knees, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Andrews says it's a good game. After ending in a half, no score. So Strawberry, McReynolds, and Carter to face Smiley here in the second. Darrell, lefty versus lefty. This should not go well for Darrell. 273 overall, 25 homers, and 71 RBI. We are blessed in this community that there are so many quality game makers for a variety of different sports. And I enjoyed LOB1. We've streamed some of it. And Al Red Sox fan, I believe, has streamed LOB2. I really enjoyed Title Bout 2 as well. Pitch to Strawberry. There's a fly ball, right field. Wilson's there for the out, one away for McReynolds. Kevin at 282, 17 homers and 56 RBI. Patrick Wheeling, who you see on the YouTube streams, was emailing me back and forth today about international cricket. And for those of you who get deep dives on the sports, the USA upset Pakistan last week at the T20 World Cup. And that is a big, fat, hairy deal. Yeah, Al did stream Legends of Boxing too. We'll hope to have Gary on at some point. And Al showed the upgrades. Here's McReynolds. Smiley deals. Kevin sends this one in the left. Bonds in the corner. And Barry is going to make... Nope, can't get it. And somebody from, let's say, Glenhead, New York, made that catch. And the count is 2-2. The other one I'm going to get is from Sports Replay Net. He's got a swimming and a track and field game. And I'm going to get the track and field one. And Roberto Schiavini has released some new stuff from the most recent European Championships. And, of course, the Olympics coming up. Is the cricket game card and dice? It is, Alapsky Smurf. You got to order it from the UK. They do PDF. It's 50 degrees at the Goat Ranch today. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 68 degrees.
So that's a low tonight is 68. What do they make in Glenhead, Long Island? It might involve 3 dice. Pitch to McReynolds. Kevin drops one down, and that's an infield hit. That's a swing and bunt. I didn't tell him to do that. And so McReynolds steals first, essentially, 1 out for Gary Carter, who's having a slow year. 215, 8 homers, and 26 RBI. So, international cricket, which is cards and dice, pretty much is good test cricket. I think I bought the stuff for the one days, and I have a hard time getting into 2020. But it is baseball's British cousin for sure. Pitch to throw to first, and McReynolds is back. Ooh, do I hit and run here? Let's not. Pitch to Carter. And a balk because it's 1988. So McReynolds goes to second. So he basically steals first on a swing and bunt and takes second on the balk by Smiley. A 3-0 count to Carter. And Gary rips this one in the left center. He had the green light. Van Slyke with a bad play. McReynolds will score. Carter's on with his 10th double, and the Mets go up 1-0. So for Carter, that's his 27th RBI. And that'll bring up Howard Johnson, who's hitting .232, 14 homers, and 51 RBI. Scotty's not a T20 fan. Yeah, I love the test matches. In 1 year, track and field. Andrew had Sports Illustrated Cathlon back in the day. Roberto's track and field games are very good. I highly recommend them. The Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, in Australia, there's always a test match starting at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And so it's so wild to see 100,000 people rooting for Australia. And every third year, I think, it's England, and it's the Ashes, and it's a big, fat, hairy deal. Pitch to Johnson. Hojo into left field. Bonds over in the corner. Barry reaches in the stands and will make the catch, and Carter will hold. Pesky Pole, how are you? This is a nice surprise. We're with you for hockey tonight on YouTube. Yet the decathlon game, and Roberto's got one of those too, it is quite good. Here's Elster, Kevin at 209, par for the course for him. 6 homers and 22 RBI. Oh, your son was a real-life discus champion in Vermont. Rockingham, right? Bellows Falls? A sweaty good afternoon. Big Dave was one of our stars of the week on the podcast, by the way. It's weird watching footy and seeing people with winter hats on. Yes. Yes, it is. And the first day of winter down under is our first day of summer. Pitch to Elster. Kevin swings a ground ball to short. Billiard by the bag at second. Over to first for the out. Carter will be held up there, and that'll do it. Mets get a run on 2 hits. They leave on a runner, and after 2, 1-0. 94 in Rochester. It's 70 here in Burlington. Green Mountain in Chester. Okay. The Ashes when you learned your cricket. Lots of Googling and discovered Bumble. Which one's Bumble? Richie Bonneau. There's some great ones out there. 2. Belliard is at 193. No homers and 20 RBI. Do you see, Andrew? There's no 85 in Columbia, South Carolina. That's a normal day for you, though, right? I mean, we're talking 97 tomorrow. Did you see, Andrew, that there's no mercy rule in Vermont high school sports, and this weekend was spring championship weekend, and so one poor school in softball got beat 37-5 in the D3 championships down in Castleton on Saturday. That's embarrassing. Pitch to Belliard. Raphael lines this one to left. It'll drop in front of McReynolds, and that's the first Pirate hit. There should be a darts game. 180! You do that like a smurf. Yeah, Andrew, I forgot who it was, but it was the D3 final. The final score was 37-5. What are you doing that to those kids for? There's absolutely no reason for that. John Smiley is hitting 111 with an RBI. With Belliard on first, the Mets will play corners in, so Hojo and Magadan will play for the bunt, nobody out. Pitch to Smiley, drops one down. Magadan's got it. He goes to Tuffle at the bag for the out, and Belliard will move to second. Pesky Pole says, my mom bought you a $30 gift certificate for replay. Oh, nice. What season are you hankering for? You've got most of the ones that you wanted, right? Here's Bonds. Barry struck out his first time up. Ojeda, 27 pitches, opening 9. That's pretty good. 2 1/3, a hit, and 3 strikeouts. My wife got me stuff for Father's Day, and I still haven't seen it yet. I mentioned it to her this morning. I said, those packages came in. You can let me open them? Oh, maybe. Thanks, honey. Pitch to Bonds. Struck him out, so Ojeda has fan 4. 2-2 fastball in there at the knees, 2 out. And that'll bring up Jose Lean, who reached on the air by Gary Carter and stole second. Your Andrew's daughter's high school softball team went winless her junior and senior year. She received no scholarship offers. Pesky Pole's daughter is already going to be a starting point guard for a WNBA team next year, I think. You don't have 84, that or 22 or 23. 23, the Orioles are such a great story. We did that World Series, and the Braves too. We did that real World Series. And I got to tell you, that was a lot of fun. Pitch to Lean. Belliard on second, base hit right center field. Mookie's going to cut it off. Belliard will round third and hold. And if you're, looking for a Red Sox angle in '84, Van Slyke struck out his first time up. When the Tigers started 35-5 in '84, two of those losses were to the Boston Red Sox. First and third, runner on for Van Slyke, lines this to right, Strawberry's there, and that'll do it. So the Pirates leave 2, and after 2.5, it's the Mets 1, the Pirates nothing. 2022 is a great year by Aaron Judge, and I think because of the Red Sox success, we can be happy for Yankee players. Scotty loves to watch darts from the Alley Pally every December. It's also on YouTube. It's very soothing and rowdy at the same time. Yeah. Do you watch snooker? 180. Here's Bobby Ojeda. Bobby's hitting 280. Red Sox probably could have used hitters like that. He's got a double and 2 RBI. Pitch to Ojeda. Struck him out. So 1-2 fastball got him swinging. Opening 9 for Smiley. 34 pitches. 2 1/3. 2 hits and a strikeout. And Mookie Wilson's 0 for 1. Fly ball, left field. Bonds will make the catch, and there's 2 out. There's Magadan. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Belliard. Raphael throws to Bream, and that will not retire the side. Magadan's going to reach. Belliard throws it away. Does that find Heath Olbermann's mom? Nope, that will stay in the yard, and Magadan will reach on the air. That's the first error for the Pirates. So Scotty's watched snooker. I'd love to find a good snooker video game. I got down a rabbit hole watching Ronnie O'Sullivan videos. And if you don't know who that is, look him up on YouTube. That man is an absolute genius with a cue stick. Tim Tuffle is 0 for 1. Andrew asks, where was everyone 30 years ago today? I pitched to Tuffle. Ground ball to Belliard. Might get 2 out of this. Lean for 1, and Tuffle's going to reach. Oh, you've been down the same Rocket Rabbit? Yeah. Oh, man, is O'Sullivan fun to watch. Here's Bobby Bonilla. He's 0 for 1. 30 years ago today, I was in my first apartment in downtown Montpelier. There was a Canadian Zalapsky Smurf that won a world championship and then lost to Steve Davis. The juice was on the loose. So in that first apartment, I took a vacation day from work, Bonilla 0 for 1, watched Arnold Palmer's last round at Oakmont at the U.S. Open, pitched to Bonilla, and that's laced into right field for a hit. So I guess I missed the end of the inning. You got me telling stories. Had dinner, sent my person home, was still sitting up, getting ready to watch the Knicks-Rockets game. Top of the 4th, by the way. Here, 1-0 Mets. Glenn Wilson is 0 for 1. And then watched in stunned silence Robert Kardashian read OJ's pretty much suicide letter confession. And just kind of flip back and forth between the channels to watch the chase. Pitch to Wilson. Glenn lines it to Elster. Kevin's there and Bonilla's back. 1 out for Bream, who's 0 for 1. Tribe fan was at home disappointed he couldn't watch the last of the NBA Finals even though the Rockets were getting demolished. There's this story that Bob Costas has told recently, and I forget who it was to. That's right. I was so excited for the Knicks Houston game. Zalapsky Smurf said he was so mad as the game went to a full screen to a lower third. So, of course, cell phones were a thing 30 years ago. Pitch to Bream, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 5 for Ojeda. A 2-2. That I forgot who Costas told the story to. But it was one I saw within the last couple months. And OJ, of course, because he worked for NBC, had the number to, the studio at 30 Rock. And so they kept calling and calling and calling. And finally, someone answered over there. Now remember, this was game 5 of the NBA Finals, and so they were on location at Madison Square Garden. So some tech at NBC answers the phone, and it's OJ or Al in the Bronco, and they're asking for Bob Costas. It's OJ Simpson, and someone and the tech goes, "Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, sure you are," and hung up the phone. Yep, pesky Paul, I remember that. Never forget the moment Gil Carr said his press conference when he said OJ did not turn himself in. And up until that point, I'm with you, we all assumed he was innocent. At that moment, we knew he wasn't. It was an absolute shock. How old were you? Pitch to LaValliere, who's 0 for 1. And that's a balk. So Ojeda balks. We've had one balk apiece, and it's a full count now to LaValliere. The 30 for 30 is fun. I gotta watch that. That is phenomenal. So you were 19, home from the summer. I was 22, and stunned, absolutely stunned. I'm sitting there in a shirt in my underwear because I was ready for bed. Like I said, gonna go watch the basketball game, and yeah, just a mouth just wide open watching it on television. Pitch to LaValliere, ground ball left side, base hit. Bonilla will round third and hold. McReynolds has a good arm. Andrew was 29. I dare you to talk to anyone who wasn't absolutely stunned by all that. That's the 4th hit for the Pirates. Belliard singled his first time up. Base hit right field. Bonilla's going to score. The Pirates are going to go ahead by the score 2-1. And Ojeda, who breezed through the lineup his first time through, has struggled here the second. So Smiley's going to be swinging. He bunted his first time up. 1-1 to score. Pay attention, Ron. First and second. Struck him out. That's 6 for Ojeda. He chased a 1-2 fastball. The Pirates get a run on 3 hits, no errors. They have left on 5, and after 3.5, it's 1-1. Before we go through the standings, Jim Brown wrote a biography, Pesky Pole says, years earlier, saying that OJ was a phony. Ouch. When that press conference was over, his dad, Pesky Pole's dad, exclaimed, Jim was right. Hard to believe, 30 years ago today. Standings. Mets by 8 over the Pirates. In the West, the Dodgers are half game up on Cincinnati. That's 1 up in the loss column. The Padres are 51-51. In the American League East, our next 88 broadcast will be the Red Sox and the Brewers, by the way. Red Sox are 2.5 up on Toronto, 4 over the Yankees, 5.5 over the Tigers and the Brewers. In the West, Minnesota 5 up on Kansas City and 8.5 over Oakland. So those are the standings. The Mets had the second best ERA in the National League. And the Dodgers are winning everywhere but on the scoreboard. They can't shake the Reds. Strawberries 0 for 1. Got him. 2-2 fastball right down Broadway, and there's 1 out. So that's the second for Smiley. Here's McReynolds. Kevin singled and scored in the second. The lone Met run. Hard to believe that's been 30 years. Fly ball right field. Wilson will make the catch. 2 out. Gary Carter doubled it. Hole McReynolds in the second. He's 1 for 1. Jim Brown was a bright man and one hell of an athlete. Pitch to Carter. Gary pops it up. Left side. Belliard is there, and Raphael will close the glove on it. We've played 4. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pirates and Mets 1-1. So Barry Bonds will lead off the 5th. He has struck out both times up. Ojeda, 65 pitches, 18 batters, 4 innings, 5 hits, and 6 strikeouts. Jim Brown was a world-class lacrosse player, and as so many feature backs are in football from back in the day, a track athlete. Did you know, and see if you guys can guess, what NCAA record, track and field record, O.J. Simpson still holds? He holds one still. Bonds into right field, Strawberry, 1 out. My dad loved Jim Brown too. Was his favorite player. I told you, my dad grew up in Fredonia, and so they got the Brown games on television. Jose leaned 1 for 2, a single and stole a base. Struck him out. That's 7 for Ojeda. Bobby got him on a 1-2 fastball inside. And there's 2 out for Van Slyke. Andy is 0 for 2 with a K. So Ojeda kind of lost the script a bit in the 4th. Bouncing back here in the 5th. Line drive to Tuffle, and we're halfway home on a 70-degree day in Burlington. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pirates 1, Mets 1. Well, if you joined us late, this is 2 streams today, 1 on Twitch here, and tonight we're doing the hockey game, and that's probably it. 1-1 Pirates and Mets. Gary Carter in the 2nd doubled home Kevin McReynolds to make it 1-0, and then the Pirates tied the ball game in the 4th. Rafael Belliard singled to score Bobby Bonilla to make it 1-1. John Smiley, a 2-hitter through 4. He's allowed a run and struck out 2. Bobby Ojeda, a 5-hitter through 5. He's allowed a run and struck out 7. Howard Johnson is 0 for 1. Now, the reason why O.J. Simpson still holds a track and field record is that they changed how they measure things. We went from measuring races in yards to meters. And so I believe that either he holds the record for the fastest 4x440 yard run, or he holds the record for the fastest 440 yard run, which is 400 meters essentially. Struck him out. Smiley got him on a 2-2 fastball swinging. So 1 out for Elster. Kevin's 0 for 1. Line drive, left field, back goes Bonds to the wall, and Elster's homered. How about that? That's his 7th home run of the year, and the Mets reclaim the lead now 2-1. Elster, a little more than Punch and Judy power. Just kind of took the one that Smiley grooved and he put it in the picnic seats out there in left center field. So here's Ojeda. Bobby struck out his first time up. Got him again. That's 4 for Smiley. An 0-2 fastball in there at the knees inside. 2 out. So 18 batters deep for Smiley. 67 pitches, 4 2/3. 3 hits, a homer, and 4 Ks. Mookie Wilson is 0 for 2. Did you see what the Red Sox did last night? Pitch to Wilson. There's a ground ball to Lean. He throws to Bream, and Mookie is retired. We go to the 6th. A solo shot from Kevin Elster. That's not what the Red Sox did last night. gives the Mets 1 run on a hit and no errors. And after 5, it's New York 2, Pittsburgh 1. Those running Red Sox indeed. Bobby Bonilla 1 for 2. He singled and scored. So in the 125 seasons of Boston Red Sox baseball, last night was the first time ever they stole 9 bases. Who the hell was pitching for the Yankees? Me? They are above 500 and within shouting distance of a wild card spot. Pitch to Bonilla. Ground ball to Ojeda. Bobby throws to first. Magadan is there, and Bonilla is retired. Now, true. Do I like the Red Sox yellow outfits? I like them better than the Red Sox outfits. I remember, as Glenn Wilson steps in, he's 0 for 2, when they got Victor Martinez, who was a DH that caught from Cleveland, and the Rangers just ran roughshod all over him. Yep, Red Sox and Jays start today. Yeah, moderate use. Wilson into center. Elster going out. Mookie coming in. Mookie's got it. 2 out. I am a fan of white at home and gray on the road. Just saying. Here's Sid Bream. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out 1. So Ojeda has fanned 7. 2 out here in the 6th. 2-1 Mets. Got him. That's 8 for Ojeda. He fooled him on a fastball outside, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 6th here at Shea. Mets 2, Pittsburgh 1. So Magadan, Tuffle, and Strawberry here in the 6th. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the City Connect jerseys. And like you, Smurf, you are officially old. 6 of those steals were off on Marcus Stroman. Did they measure his time from the mound to first in hours? I mean, good for the Red Sox, but at least Marcus didn't miss 2 3-foot putts. Magadan's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Lean. He's got it. Oh, web jam. A diving stop. Picks it up. Throws to Bream for the out. And for Jose, that's his 15th great play. Wowzers. And even the Met crowd gives him a standing O for that. Here's Tuffle. He's 0 for 2. Smiley deals. Popped up. Lavalier to the screen. Is it going to hit the screen, or is Spanky making the catch? It's a foul ball, and the count is 0-2. So Smiley hasn't walked anybody and struck out 4. Got him. That's 5. So an 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. 2 out for Strawberry. Darrell has struck out and is 0 for 2. Smiley has held the Mets to 3 hits through 5 2/3. Right field, but not very deep. Hooking in the corner. Wilson can't get it. Can't get it. Someone from Nassau made that catch, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Got him. So Smiley getting stronger as we move along. A 1-2 fastball that Strawberry chased. After 6, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Mets 2, the Pirates 1. So Lavalier, Belliard, and Smiley here in the 7th to face Ojeda. Both pitchers just clicking right along here on a beautiful night in New York. 75 degrees, winds blowing out the center at 8. Here's Lavalier. He has singled and struck out. And that's into right center field for a base hit. So Spanky is 2 for 3. Here's Belliard. They haven't retired him either. He has singled twice and driven in a run. Into left field, McReynolds Did he make the catch? He reaches in the seas part, and he does make the catch. How about that? So 1 out. Kiner still did some games, and it Kiner worked until like 2006 or whatever. Kiner was paired with Tim McCarver on Channel 9 at this point, and Kiner could make McCarver laugh. Here's John Smiley, 1 out. Smiley struck out and is bunted. And really, you're going to want to pull him? You've got to be kidding. Smiley is pitching to Jim, and they're going to yank him. Wow. Mike Diaz will come in to pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting .441 with 7 RBI. Overall, .333 with 8 RBI. So LaValliere on first. Ojeda throws over, and Spanky is back. You believe it? Could you believe this? At one point in time, Ralph Kiner dated Elizabeth Taylor. Pitch to Diaz. There's a ground ball, third base side and foul. They should have a throwback weekend, Scotty says, where everybody wears old flannel. To be fair, you should be doing that in April. I mean, can you imagine? You're Ralph Kiner. Now, granted, you hit 50 home runs in a year or whatever, but you get to date Elizabeth Taylor. That'd be like Prince Fielder hooking up with Taylor Swift. Pitch to Diaz. Gets away from Carter, and LaValliere is going to move up to second. Scotty is doing his best old man yelling at a cloud with that comment. He was thinking August. Do you just not like people? So a 2-2 count on the pass ball, but you've not been Gary Carter's best game. Yeah, all the life indeed. That is up the middle for a base hit. LaValliere will hold at third, or maybe because Wilson doesn't have a good arm, LaValliere going to run? He is. So Wilson's going to uncork this one to the plate. They got a chance. Their throw to Carter, and LaValliere slides under the tag, and the Pirates have tied this game at 2. So the pinch hit worked. Diaz is on. 1 out for Barry Bonds, who's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. So he to 27 batters, 105 pitches, 6 1/3, 7 hits, 2 runs. I don't think only 1 is earned. And he has fanned 8. Bo Belinsky of the L.A. Angels dated a few babes in L.A., but that's L.A. I mean, Kiner dating Elizabeth Taylor is the metaphysical equivalent of Gunnar Henderson of the Orioles with Taylor Swift. Okay? I mean, she had done International Velvet at that point. Pitch to Bonds. Struck him out. That's 9 for Ojeda. Chuck Finley. Didn't he date? Did he do is not the right words. One of those Cinemax stars. So a 2-2 got him looking, and Bonds has struck out 3 times today. Here's lead. Jose 1 for 3. He has singled, stolen a base, and struck out. Tawny Kenton, right? Popped up left side, Elster, and we're going to go to the stretch. This has been a good one, 2-2, Pirates and Mets. Chuck Finley, we are told, was married to that crazy Whitesnake video vixen Tawny Kitten. And then she nailed him with her shoe, stuck her high heel in his leg. And what boy hasn't been beat by a mom's slipper at some point in his life? Kevin McReynolds is 1 for 2 with a run scored and a single. Yeah, I believe Tawny will not be down for breakfast. Yeah. Jeff Robinson in the pitch. We'll tell you about him in a second. Ground ball to third. Bonilla over to Bream, and he's out. Yeah, and Tawny is no longer with us. Jeff Robinson making his 53rd appearance of the year. He's 3-1 with a 2.44 ERA. 28 years old, fastball at 90 and a ground ball pitcher. Wow, 3 years ago, huh? He last pitched 2 nights ago against St. Louis in a 4-3 win. Jeff got a 6-out save, 2 innings, 19 pitches, and allowed a hit. Robinson, 84 2/3, 77 hits, 23 runs, all earned. He's allowed 2 homers. He's walked 24 and struck out 68. Gary Carter has not had a great day. He does have a double and an RBI. That came in the second. But he has an error, and he also has a pass ball. Of course, Alyssa Milano used to brag that she had a better bullpen than the Dodgers. That's true. And Milano really is a legitimate sports fan. I can just see Andrew Marchand writing up this game as Junkett had an okay call, but didn't focus enough on the game. Pitch to Carter. Gary swings into left field. Bonds, however, just stands there, makes the catch, 2 out for Hojo, who is 0 for 2 with a K. Ground ball to Bream. Takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. There was another Dodger reliever who dated a pinup. There was a Dodger shortstop who dated America's sweetheart. We go to the 8th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 7 at Shea, it's Pittsburgh 2, the Mets 2. Depends on which game, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you're talking about. the one that's actually on the screen. Andy Van Slyke is 0 for 3. He has struck out. 2 runs, 7 hits, and error for the Pirates. They've left on 6. Mets 2 runs, 3 hits, and error, and they've left on 2. Ground ball to Tuffle, almost in on the grass, has to hurry to Maggot, and Van Slyke's retired. 1 out for Bonilla. Bobby Bowe, 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. No one's touching the Dodgers shortstop dating America's sweetheart, huh? Base hit left field. McReynolds will pick it up. Bonilla will hold, and we're going to check on Ojeda. That's the 8th hit for the Pirates. That'll bring up Glenn Wilson, who is 0 for 3. And Ojeda says that's about enough. So we're going to have a pitching change. Too early for Myers. We'll go with Terry Leach. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Shea Stadium in Flushing Meadow, New York. So here's Terry Leach. Terry making his 32nd appearance. He's 3-2, an earned run average. Yeah, this is a good one. You still in Wales or are you home yet, John? 3-2, a 4.32 ERA. 34 years old, fastball at 84, and a ground ball pitcher. He pitched against the Braves 5 days ago in a 2-1 loss. He went 1 inning, 21 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. So 41 2/3, 54 hits, 24 runs, 20 of those earned. The 1 homer, got to go back to June 18th for that. 11 walks and 25 strikeouts. So Bonilla on first, 1 out for Wilson, who's 0 for 3. Leach starts out his effort. Ground ball to Elster. They might turn two. Elster's got this Tuffle for one and no throw to first. So Wilson's going to reach, but they get Bonilla as Elster makes a good play. And R.J. Reynolds will be a defensive replacement. He's going to pinch run at first. Reynolds isn't going to steal a base, but he's good on the bases. Here's Bream. Sid is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Got home Saturday night, and John's driving truck today. Hopefully you got AC, my friend. Hopefully what you're driving is AC, too. So, talking about, Dodger players with affairs, it's been long rumored that Maury Wills and Doris Day were a thing for a while. Pitch to Bream. Said it's a ground ball to Magadan. Dave takes it to the bag, and that will do it. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Shea. No runs, a hit. Pirates have left on 7. They've had their chances. And after 7.5, it's the Pirates and the Mets knotted at 2. So Elster, a pinch hitter, and Mookie Wilson to face Jeff Robinson here in the 8th. Kevin homered his last time up in the left center. He's 1 for 2. He now has 7 homers and 23 RBI. Ground ball to lead. Jose has it. Throws to Bream. 1 out. Of course you don't have AC. Reynolds, by the way, is in right. He is a 4 and a 9. Ugh. You at least can drive with your windows open? Or is that just not going to help? That would be Terry Leach, but we're going to pinch hit. Who can hit a righty? That song is now 52 years old. Who can hit a righty? It's going to be Wally Backman. As a pinch hitter, hitting 118 overall, 276, 6 doubles, and 11 home RBI. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Robinson in his 2nd inning is scheduled to bat 3rd in the 9th. Ground ball to 3rd. Bonilla over to Bream for the out, and there's 2 away. So here's Mookie Wilson. Mookie is 0 for 3. Robinson deals. Ground ball to 3rd. Bonilla gobbles it. Great play over to Bream, and that will retire the side. So the Mets go in order in the 8th. A good play by Bobby Bonilla. We go to the 9th here at Shea. It's the Pirates and the Mets tied at 2. Windows open help. That's good. The key is just to think cool thoughts. Were you the one that was telling me that was doing the cool and the gang puns yesterday? That was funny. So Roger McDowell will come in. And the Mets will do a double switch. So McDowell will only pitch the 9th because Backman, who's a 3 at second, stays in the game. McDowell making his 40th appearance. He is 28 years old. He's an extreme ground ball pitcher. Fastball at 87, 4 and 5 on the year with a 3.180 ERA. It's actually blown 4 saves. He pitched 3 days ago and took the loss against the Phillies in a 4-2 ball game. He went 1 inning, 26 pitches, 3 runs, all unearned. 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. So for McDowell, 39 2/3, 41 hits, 22 runs, 14 earned. He's walked 21 and struck out 15. That was not you. Because we've already canceled streaming after tonight for a few days. And I said it's too hot. And then someone said to me in the Facebook group, do you have to run for shelter? Do you have to run for shade? I thought that was clever. Here's LaValliere. Mike's had a good game. He's 2 for 3. He has singled twice, struck out, and scored. McDowell starts his effort. Ground ball to Backman. Over to Magadan for the out. How was Wales, by the way? Belliard, 2 for 3. Raphael is singled twice and driven in one of the 2 Pirate runs. Backman again, this time behind the bag, over to Magadan, and there's 2 out. So 2 up, 2 down, and the Pirates are going to pinch hit here. So Tommy Gregg gets the call. Tommy does have a pinch hit home run. He's hitting .286 as a pinch hitter. His year is almost done. Wasn't he with the Braves? And he drove in 2. 167 overall with that 2-run homer. 2 out. Wind has shifted to right at 8. Struck him out. So McDowell goes a clean 9th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's cardiac time here at Shea Kitties. Dave Rucker coming in. Pirates 2, Mets 2. So the lefty Dave Rucker is 31. No relation to Reggie. And no relation to Darius. Fastball at 85 and a fly ball pitcher. It's his 23rd appearance on the season. He's been with the Pirates since June 5th. He's 2-1. That's the good news if you're a Pirate fan. The bad news is his earned run average is 686. He last pitched 3 days ago against the Cardinals in a 4-0 win. He did not figure in the decision. 2/3 of an inning, 12 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. Overall for Rucker, 21 innings, 29 hits, 16 runs all earned, a homer, he walked 7, and has struck out 13. John says it was nice, mostly relaxing. Split his time between Wales and London. Any Englishman who comes to the U.S. must think they're eating gourmet every day because the food is bad. Glad you had fun. Here's Magadan. He's going to stay in the ballgame. He's 0 for 3. Pitch for Rucker. Struck him out. 1 out. 2-2 fastball on the inside corner. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter. Best meal John had over there was on, that's my native language, Passyunk Avenue, which is a Philly-based sports pub. Had a cheesesteak. It was pretty good. That's cool. All right, so who can hit a lefty time? And that's going to be Lenny Dykstra. So Nails is a pinch hitter hitting .333. Reverse splits. Interesting. 264, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 35 RBI. Base hit left side, so the Mets have the winning run on. So here's Darryl Strawberry. He has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. McReynolds on deck. 1 out. Mets and Pirates in a pretty good one here, tied at 2 in the 9th. Up the middle, and Rucker can't play it. Hit off his glove, bounces away, and the Mets have 2 on and 1 out. So Rucker isn't channeling his inner Tom Barrasso or even Marc-Andre Fleury. So that's an error. And so it's Dykstra on second, Strawberry on first for Kevin McReynolds, who is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. So Dykstra on second, Strawberry on first. Dykstra is the only run that matters. So Strawberry pulls up the Adirondack chair and has a seat. McReynolds, the Pirates are not playing guarding the lines. They're playing McReynolds straight up. There is a breeze to right, but McReynolds doesn't hit that way. He's aiming towards the parking lot in left field. Rucker throws to second, and Dykstra wasn't going anywhere. So now Rucker has to worry about Reynolds. Struck him out. He chased a 2-2 fastball. 2 out. For Gary Carter, who is not, as we said earlier, has not had a great day. Yes, he has an RBI double. That scored McReynolds in the second. But he also has an error and a pass ball. One of the reasons why this game is 1 out away from going extras. So 2 out, 2 speedy runners. And again, Dykstra the only one that matters. And Lavalier wants to remind Rucker of that. Here we go. Carter swings into shallow right field. That's going to drop. Here comes Dykstra. Reynolds has a heck of an arm. The throw goes in the infield, and the Mets walk it off. How can you not try for the winning run at the plate? Reynolds just looked confused out there. He picked it up, and he looked, and he held it for a second and just threw it in the infield, and the Mets win the ball game 3-2. How about that ending? My goodness. So 2 hours and 45 minutes. You bring in R.J. Reynolds for his defense, and he does that. The Mets go to 62-39. 3 runs, 5 hits, and an error, and they just left on 2. The Pirates, 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors, and they left on 7. Roger McDowell gets the win. He goes to 5-5. He went 1 inning and struck out a man. Rucker, 2/3 of an inning, gives up an unearned run. Wow. And struck out 2. Bobby Ojeda is going to be our Digital Dice MVP. 7 1/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, just a 1 earned. And fan 9. And so the Pirates, we said at the beginning, a must-win game for them. Wow. It's a great thing about Action PC Baseball is you just never know when these things are going to pop up. So the Mets lead is now 9 games. So here's the rest of the Friday in baseball. And then we're with you tonight, YouTube for hockey. It'll be game 2 between the Leafs and the Hawks. So the rest of this Friday night, the 29th, 2 doubleheaders. And so we'll wait for them to play out. I can tell you that Montreal beat St. Louis 3-1. Pascual Perez 6-5. Jose De Leon 8-7. Andres Galarraga hit his 20th on the year as soon as that pops back up. I can tell you about that. And he drove into the doubleheaders. The Tigers sweep the Rangers 6-1 in the opener. Frank Tanana 10-8. Paul Gilgas falls to 5-9. Jim Sundberg 3-4 and 2 doubles. In the nightcap, Paul Gibson gets the win as they win 3-2. Mahorek takes a loss 1-2, and Ruben Sierra hits a 16th. He goes 3-5. So the Tigers get 2 big wins. The Red Sox and Brewers split. Milwaukee wins the opener 10-8. Larry Parrish in one of those games drove in 5. Must have been the first one. He hit 2 homers, or 2 hits and a homer. Dennis Lamp takes a loss 2-2. Greg Brock 2-4, hits his 4th and drives in 3. In the nightcap, Mike Smithson and Lee Smith combined on a shutout. They beat Milwaukee 3-0. Tom Filer takes a loss. He goes to 4-4. Blue Jays beat the Yankees 5-4. Tom Henke goes to 3-7. Dave Righetti falls to 3-8. Don Mattingly hits his 9th. He goes 2-4 and drives in 2. Cleveland 7-6 over the Twins. Greg Swindell 10-11. Burt Blyleven 9-9. Dan Gladden in the loss 3-5, a triple and a double. Does not help the A's. You'll see that in a minute. Kansas City beats Baltimore 7-4. Brett Saberhagen, a 15-game winner. He's 15-4. Jeff Ballard falls to 4-8. Danny Tarble 1 for 4, hits his 20th, and drives in 2. Ricky Jordan has 4 hits. Phil Bradley hits 2 homers and drives in 6. Andre Dawson in the loss 2 for 4, 2 homers. He now is 16 and drives in 3. The Phillies pound the Cubs 13-5. Gross 10-9. Rick Sutcliffe falls to 8-10. The White Sox beat the Angels 5-3. Long 2-7. Donnie Moore 0-4. Carlton Fisk 2 for 2 with 2 RBI and a double. The Mariners. Listen to this laundry list. Darnell Coles goes 4 for 5, 3 RBI and a triple. Jay Buhner over from the Yankees gets 3 hits, a homer, and drives in 5. Seattle got 16 hits and they walked 10. And Mark Langston beats Bob Welch in the A's 11-7. Langston is a 10-game winner. Welch is now 10-8. The Dodgers beat the Astros 3-1. Sean Hillig is 5-2. Mike Scott needs to get more Emery boards. He falls to 9-7. Alejandro Pena picks up his 11th save. The Reds do not lose any ground. They beat San Diego 7-5 at the Murph. Rob Dibble 3-1. Lance McCullers 2-7. And Eric Davis hits his 21st, 1 for 3, and drives in 2. Atlanta 3, San Francisco nothing. Zane Smith 5-10, Rick Russell 5-11. Joe Baver picks up the save. So the standings: the Dodgers half a game up on the Reds, the Mets 9 games up on the Pirates. Kansas City has shaved Minnesota's lead to 4, and the Red Sox lead the Jays by 2. Not sure when we'll get to this again, but we will, and when we do, it'll be the Red Sox and the Brewers. We'll talk to you tonight for Hockey on YouTube. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon, everybody. So long.